Hello guys, in today's video I want to show you and tell you how I've been able to achieve the 100% body weight pull-up or 75 kg added weighted pull-up, because I was 75 kg at the time I did it, and now my estimated 1 rep max is more like around 80-85 kg, but I didn't tested it so far. So I am stronger than my like actual 1 rep max of 75 kg, more like 80-85 kg is my 1 rep max. So I'm over 100% added now. It's like 110%, and in 1 month I'm gonna test it out and this will be probably that if it's a good day. Anyway, I wanted to share you how I got here, because there are very important realization and epiphany moment I made at like an intermediate stage of my weighted calisthenics journey, where I could do already 40 kg pull-ups for reps, like 5 to 8 reps, and same with dips, like 40 kg dips for like 10 reps. I was around that level, and I actually did Ian Barseagle's program with the 2-set method, and which is basically just 2 set, or maybe I actually did 3 set if I felt like it. Yeah, more I did 2 set, yeah. Only sometimes 3 set if I was enthusiastic, which was actually I think very great for muscle gains. And when I started weighted calisthenics, I also did a very similar thing to the 2-set method, which was Kinobody's method, Gregor Galanger's method. He also like famous about minimalistic training and doing only 2 sets. And he also is doing weighted calisthenics. So I already did weighted pull-ups and weighted dips with a very similar method to the 2-set method. It was just not with Ian's program, it was with Kinobody's program. And my progress when I started adding weight, I did only body weight pull-ups and only body weight dips. And I remember in like 3-4 months I went to 0 added weight to like 30-35 kg added on dips and pull-ups. And in like half a year I went to that 40 kg mark for like 5 to 8 reps for dips and pull-ups as well. And I did the Kinobody program for around 5 months, and then I bought the Ian Barseagle program, and I did it also about 3 to 4 months. And on those 3 to 4 months I also did a cut like 1 month. So, and I didn't really see much progress. I was stuck on those 40 kg numbers for like in those 3 to 4 months, 5 months, maybe even 6 months. I was just stuck, and I realized it a bit late, because I did the cut. So of course in a cut you cannot expect to gain really strength or significant strength for sure, and that's why I was too late to realize. But anyway, I think in a cut it was good, because in a cut what you need is just minimalistic training plan, which it was, and it maintained mesh strength and muscle mass through the cut. But even when I eat more food, I just couldn't really progress more on this intermediate level, the 40 kg for reps in pull-ups and dips. And that's when I started trying out the powerlifting method in Ian's program, because Ian himself said that at a certain point at that intermediate level, when you're trying to get advanced, the 2-set method gets slow. So the 2-set method is very fucking good for muscle gain and very fucking good for strength when you are beginner going to the intermediate level, from 0 to like 30-40 kg dips and pull-ups for reps. It's very fucking good. Your progress will be so fucking fast and good in muscle and strength, but you will get stuck and slow down at a certain point. For me it was 40 kg and I just couldn't get past that. And that's when I started doing the powerlifting method. And in Ian's program, the powerlifting method is not that good. But I blew past my plateaus just a little bit, because the powerlifting plan was basically adding reps and reserves to the sets, and only progressing the overload if you get like close to the how do I say. So his powerlifting method is not good. It's alright, but not the best compared to the solid actual strength periodization program I bought for Michael Schultz, who is a street lifting German national champion and coach for like over 10 years. So he knows his shit. He knows everything about strength programming, strength periodization, how to like progress over 100 kg pull-up and 100 kg dips. He has 140 kg dip, 80 kg pull-up, and has been coached elite athletes. So yeah. But anyway, the key thing is that this knowledge didn't really, like, key parts about strength periodization and progressing in strength and managing central nervous system fatigue was not quite there in Ian's program. I mean, the biggest thing was for me is rep ranges. He just told us to do 4 sets of 8 reps in pull-ups and dips. And then later on they did that we should even go down to like more like 5 reps, like 4 sets of 5 reps in pull-ups, or 6, I don't know what he said. And that's it. And progress the overload when you hit only when you can do the 4 sets of 8 reps and later 6 reps, when you feel like you could do 3 more reps in the last set. That's when you add 2.5 kg. And he says it's a very slow but very, very steady progress. But it's just not the best set structure, and it's not the best. Anyway, and yeah, that's when I bought this strength programming course from Michael Schultz, and that's where my progress went from. At the time I was doing 55 kg weighted pull-up max in November 2024. I was already trying with Ian's program, and that's how I get to 55 kg 1 rep max in pull-up. And I could do like 45 kg for like 4-5 reps maybe. And that's where I started real powerlifting, real periodization with real set structure, top sets and back off sets, real reps in reserve, progress, linear periodization, and planned deload weeks. Because in the epiphany moment I was talking about, and what I realized, what made me break through this plateau, is that once you get to this level, to this intermediate level, and want to get to the advanced level and the advanced and elite levels and over and beyond, the thing you need is a central nervous system fatigue management, because there is something called accumulating fatigue and central nervous system fatigue, which how I could explain this is that your muscles are not sore anymore from training, but you are not that strong. You can do the normal numbers you can do, because the fatigue accumulates, especially when you are get somewhat strong, like 40 kg dips and pull-ups are kind of big numbers, especially if you do legs as well on the side. That fatigue accumulates. At a certain point you just can't break through, because you don't have that freshness, you don't have that explosivity and freshness in your system to push the reps like with those explosivity and energy that you should. And for beginners it doesn't matter, because they are so weak they cannot cause basically that much system fatigue as like intermediate and advanced athletes and elite athletes can. Like for example, imagine if you can do like 300 kg deadlifts. Even if you do 60% or whatever of that weight, which is 200 kg, you are pulling so much total weight. Even if you don't max out, it gets you fatigued. It gets you fucking fatigued. And that's why you have to manage this fatigue with reps in reserve, deload weeks, linear periodization, meaning when you start let's say 4-week training block, followed by 5th week, which is the deload week. And the first week of the training block is, let's say, like 3-4 reps in reserve and a bit higher reps. And when you finish the block at the 4th week, the reps are lower, like 4-5 reps, or even lower, 3-4 reps. And depends on your level and your plan. And the reps in reserve gets to like just 1 or 0. So basically it starts a bit lower and higher rep ranges. Lower RPEs and higher reps in reserve and higher rep ranges, and finishes. Basically you are maxing out with higher weights and lower reps. Yeah. It's complicated, but sounds complicated, but it's not that complicated. Or I don't know. Depends on like how much you understand these things. And once I started to manage this, with reps in reserve, progression, linear progression, in November I did 55 kg weighted pull-up, and in I think, where was it, January or February, I don't know, I think January, so in like 3 months I did almost the 70 kg pull-up. My chin was like this far from the bar. I don't know, maybe on a good day I could have done it, I don't know. And then in April, like mid-April or end of April, I did the 75 kg pull-up. So basically it was mid-November, I think. So November, December, January, February, March, and mid-April. So it's like 5-6 months, between 5 and 6 months I went from 55 kg pull up, and I was so stuck. But this plan, I was able to do the 75 kg pull up, which is a 20 kg improvement in less than half a year. And now, in another half a year, where a few months I was focusing on only one arm pull-ups and calisthenics, and I was cutting, so my progress wasn't ideal. But with this plan I am doing right now, I am about to do, after the 75 kg pull-up, in another 6 months I am about to do an 85 kg pull-up. Now in 1 month, hopefully, if I do it in this particular training block. I don't want to max out right now. I want to max out the end of the next training block in like 1 month, 4 weeks from now. And hopefully I will get that. That's another 10 kg improvement. At this level is very fucking good progress. And I know that with this plan I'm gonna get to 100 kg pull-up within a year, which is at this level improving gets harder and harder and slower. And I'm sure that within 1 year, next year around September, I will get the 100 kg pull-up, because this plan is so good and my progress basically will never stop. It just gets closer and closer to my potential, and it will naturally get slower. But this is the way that Matthew's lot, elite streetlifting athletes, powerlifters like Anatoly, Larvias, guys like that train. Because at this point you have to periodize your training. You have to manage your central nervous system fatigue, because the difference between a beginner, intermediate guy, he can do whatever the fuck he wants because he is weak and he cannot accumulate so much fatigue. But once you get a bit stronger, the number one factor that hinders your strength progress and strength gains is that accumulating system fatigue and CNS fatigue management. And once you can do that with a proper strength programming plan, you will go to the sky and reach crazy numbers like 100 kg pull-up, 150 kg dip. But yeah, I don't do dips. I just do pull-ups because I have sternum pain and I don't know how to solve it. So right now I only do weighted pull-up, but actually I enjoy it, and I enjoy it this way. Like, if you don't want, you don't have to do dips. Like, it's your life, you make the rules, so it's okay. I can do the shoulder press, incline press, and that's it. I think it's also more aesthetic because my lower chest just was like proportionately much bigger than shoulders and upper chest, and it's not that aesthetic. So my training plan is basically going in a powerlifting method in the weighted pull-up, and the rest is just having fun with accessory exercises and bodybuilding. So yeah, I think this is a fucking good way of training. And if you are stuck on those levels like 30-40 kg dips and pull-ups, you definitely have to learn how to periodize your training for strength. If you want me to help you, I can help you with that. Just go to my Instagram. It will be in the description and my bio. Go to my Instagram and send me a message about you wanting help. I have a coaching program as well. So yeah, if you're interested in that, you can DM me on Instagram. I am happy to help, and we will see if I can help If you don't want help, you can just go to ChatGPT and try to figure it out yourself, watch videos online, but you have to apply these powerlifting principles if you want to improve over and beyond those 30-40 kg dips and go from that intermediate level to elite and beyond. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And also subscribe, because I will probably make videos on these topics and help you guys with everything. So yeah, bye.